It's Pastor Greg Locke here. I wanted to give you a miraculous update of something that happened to me just a few days ago on my birthday. And I purposely waited just so I could get my thoughts because I was still in a little bit of shock. Many of you know I am a cyclist, and so I like to ride my bicycle a lot and many, many miles. And something happened to me the other day on my 47th birthday, and I said, "Not today, Satan." And I learned what Hebrews chapter 1 truly means, that God sends forth his angels to be ministering spirits. I was coming through this very intersection right here. I'm right by Tennessee State University. There is a homeless man that lives in this area. His name is Perry, and I found him on a bicycle ride. And so I do a round trip 42-mile bicycle ride once or twice a week, and I check on Perry and just kind of pray over him and love on him. And when I was coming through this intersection, heading that way the other day, a lady tried to beat this yellow light, and she turned into me from behind. I've never been hit by a vehicle. I've been run off the road. I've never been hit by a vehicle, and it literally was one of the most terrifying moments in my cycling lifetime. And as my bicycle began to go under her bumper, it ripped the front of her bumper completely off. It hit me in the leg. My wife has been nursing my ankle. It's okay. It's just got some abrasions on it. It began to take, I wasn't on this bicycle, I was on my mountain bike. It began to take my bicycle underneath her vehicle, and immediately my thought was, Lord help me, this is it. I've never been hit by a car, but when she turned, you can also see where she ran over the little thing there turning to get across this intersection, and she just didn't see me. I was wearing a white shirt and a hat and the whole deal, but she just didn't see me, turned right into me. And it was very fearful for a moment. And you know, if you're a cyclist, you know that you use these clips, right? So I have clip shoes, so they're not easy to get out of. And I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Holy Ghost, help me right now. As I was going under the car with the bike, which, by the way, all cyclists are like, is my bike okay? And so I'm thinking that in my mind, oh my goodness, I got this expensive bike and it's going to be torn to shreds. It wasn't, thanks be to God, just tore the handlebars up a little bit. But as I was going over onto the hood and the bike was beginning to pull me under the bumper, the Lord literally, hand to God, pulled me off the bicycle, out of the clips, and I landed right about in the middle of the intersection, right about there, on my, get this, feet standing up. Not a scrape other than when she hit my knee. Not a scrape. There was a guy that was sitting in a truck. As you can see, it's a busy intersection, so a lot of people saw it. It was terrifying, I'm sure. A guy had his window down and he looked at me and his eyes were big, huge, saucer size, and he just began to clap, and you could just tell he was like, I thought this guy was going to die. I experienced the Lord sending his angel. And I even told that little lady, I said, I'm sorry your car's tore up. I'm glad you're not hurt, but God sent the angel of the Lord to protect me. I'm not going to call the police. I need to go see my friend Perry. I hopped on my bike and rode right across that intersection to go pray for my friend. And I'm telling you, God protects his children. Stay in the will of God. Because as long as God is not done with you, you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And I watched God save me on a bicycle as I was literally hit by a car.